You're listening to Hey Pal, What's New with JohnAlex and Greg. Hey Pal, What's New is a product of Sack of Sin Entertainment. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and all other social media platforms. Hey Pal, What's New can be found on Spotify, Podbean, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and all other podcast locations. Or check us out at sackofsin.com or heypalwhatsnew.com. Warning, Hey Pal, What's New contains explicit content. JohnAlex and Greg are a pair of vulgar Gen Xers. If you are easily offended, please stop listening and go download a nice tame podcast like the Goop Podcast. You have been warned.
God, you look like the 4th of July. It makes me want a hot dog real bad.
Meanwhile, back at your mom's house.
Back in the sauna. Hey, everybody.
How does your penis feel?
It feels big. Not really. It's like kind of like an acorn and a patch of grass. Oh. Hey, everybody. It's Hey Pal, What's New?
It is.
I'm Greg, and that's my hetero life mate over there, JohnAlex. And, yeah.
You can find me on Call of Duty at JohnAlex.
Oh, yeah? Is that what it is?
PWN.
Yeah, you know,
Someone's like, how stupid are you using your real name? I was like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I mean, what are they going to do? What are they going to do?
Yeah, you're going to come over here and rape me? Yeah. Don't threaten me with a good time.
Seriously. No, I haven't really played Xbox at all lately. You know, it feels weird playing it, you know, because I do have the one-bedroom apartment with my girl, and it's like, you know, hey, she's not working, and I'm like, I'm just going to play Xbox. She doesn't care. She's just like, go ahead, do whatever you want. But, yeah, it's getting used to stuff. But, yeah, it's we're back after another extra week hiatus because, you know, we're supporting everybody at SAG and, you know, Writers Guild. No, actually, I had a weekend at the beach.
Well, I mean, we do have audio from the strike.
Oh, yeah, play that. I heard there was a big development.
Oh, they're trying to break up the strike.
Wow. No Roger, no rerun, no rent. Come on, everybody knows that. Don't they? It's right up there with Which Doobie You Be. The famous Doobie Brothers one.
That's right.
Where he was bootlegging it in the cassette court. It was, you know, Baba-lobbly brown sugar, a stimulating Harlem treat. Yeah. So, yeah, we're getting back into the swing of things. It's we took a little week off, you know, because a lot of stuff was happening.
Yes, there was a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, let's start with you there, Jackson Brown. What's new with you? I heard somebody had a birth.
I did have a birthday.
Yeah, 29. Again. Yeah, no, how was your birthday there?
It was good. Went to the casino. Did
yes.
not win bingo.
Bingo's a tough one to win.
It is.
It's not, you know.
Some guy won like $17,000 or some shit. I was like, you motherfucker.
In bingo?
Well, yeah, because it's like they have like the magic ball number or whatever. And it's like, if you win a specific game when that ball is pulled and you win on that ball, you win like a double prize.
Double prizes. Wow. Hey, man, you know, when we went on the cruise a couple of weeks ago, they had bingo, and we loved it. We went, but we didn't have the blotter ones. Right. It was like the punch hole ones. It was fun, but they were giving away like fucking, you know,
fuck
free
them.
Cruise and all that shit.
I'll take a free cruise.
Yeah, no.
Tom Cruise. Can I have Tom Cruise?
And the guy who was doing, I can't remember the name. Maybe my girl's at the gym right now, so she's not listening, or maybe she is, and she won't be able to do it on the treadmill, but. I can't remember the guy's name. The guy who was hosting it was really funny.
Oh, that's good.
So it was definitely entertaining.
Yeah, at the Indian casino, they're just like, N24, N24. And then they're like, and then all of a sudden it's like, G53. And you're like, wait, they have like someone, every couple of turns, somebody changes in and comes in and starts calling. I don't know what the fuck it was.
They get excited about, you know, specific letters and numbers. I mean, you know.
My wife's been spoiling the shit out of me all like month because she's giving me a different present every day.
I know.
I showed you my linen pants. I was like, dude, I would join a cult just for the pants.
You were very Midsommar with those on. Like
yes.
I said, we're going to throw you off a cliff, and if you don't die, we'll just hit you with a hammer.
Okay, I'll take that.
The old thud. That was, oh, God, that movie. I never saw The Beau is Afraid, though.
No, I have a copy of it, and I want to watch it, and I'm just like,
I don't know. Those two were good. It'd be tough to top that, and it's kind of weird.
I don't know. You want to? It's like you have a great main course, and why would you want to mess it up with a shitty dessert you don't know about?
I like when he does horror. He hasn't really done anything besides that, and this one wasn't. So I was kind of like, it just looks weird. It's kind of like I just found out recently that my youngest daughter, Violet, is a huge Wes Anderson fan.
Whoa.
She's like, can we watch Asteroid City? I'm like,
it was so good.
I don't get it. It's kind of like, and I'm sure I'm going to get shit for this, but like.
That was one of the movies I watched.
Yeah, Wes Anderson or even the, dare I say, Christopher Guest movies. I'm like, I don't get it. It's
some
like
David Lynch movies.
Yeah, Monty Python. I'm like, I just don't get it. Like, maybe I'm just dumb.
No.
I mean, I do like some Monty Python, but people freaking...
But you know the kind of shit I like. I like Severance, that show on Apple TV that's like very fucking trippy.
Yeah, you like the heady stuff. I'm interested to hear what you think about.
I was the little fucking alien coming down on the thing. I'm like, excuse me. I literally picture it like that's like a baseball he lost. But no, he leaves and comes back and spoiler, where
here.
I love that the alien comes and takes that asteroid that had hit the Earth and left that giant crater, and they're like, why the fuck did he take it? What happened? And then he comes back and puts it back, and they pick it up and look at it, and there's like a thing on the bottom, like, he cataloged it. He was doing inventory.
Jeez.
It's like when you go through the office, and they put like the stickers on the printers and the computers and everything and scan it.
Yeah. Maybe I got to take more. Maybe I got to start taking drugs and just start watching them. I don't know. It's a slippery slope, as they say.
I find that when you're high and you watch something like that, you're just like, I don't care that this doesn't make sense. I think that's the point, is that it doesn't really make sense.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm all for it. It's not like I'm like, this stuff is garbage. I don't get it. Yeah. Maybe I'm just like not in that headspace.
Well, I know Justin is probably like yelling at his computer right now, going, "You guys just don't fucking get it. Here, let me explain it to you." He's gonna give me
angry typing guy.
He's gonna give me the deeper meaning. I'm like, it's a guy whose wife died, and he's driving his kids out to his father-in-law's place, and they're gonna live with him. And they wind up in this town called Asteroid City, where there's an asteroid and aliens show up, and the government tries to shut it down. And it's just a kooky, goofy movie with a fucking star-studded cast from.
Let me tell you, I really wish that Justin lived closer, because he would be a perfect third mic. His reviews,
oh my god,
he gets real in depth with the reviews, and I love it. It's I'm like, oh man, like I wish we could have a discussion on that.
Justin's Corner.
Yeah, we'll have to come up with something like
this week's movie with Justin.
Picker's picks.
Oh, the Picker's pick.
Yeah, the Picker's pick.
The Garden State Picker's pick.
So if you're listening there, Justin, which I hope that you are,
totally.
maybe we'll get you in for your...
We'll call it Tolly's Take.
Tolly's Take. There you go.
Well, his nickname was Tolly.
Oh,
because he worked at the toll booth.
Oh, Tolly.
He was a toll booth operator.
For which one?
I think Bear Mountain Bridge.
Oh, that's a good...
That's where his mom was, I think, too.
Yeah. I mean, that's the one... That was like one of the last remaining...
He's going to be yelling at me like, let me set you straight, John.
Angry typing
It's
guy.
like fucking Shagger with music.
I
love Shagger, but it's like, okay, dude, we get it. You love everything.
Well, it's not that. He's just a very... I love Shagger.
He has more knowledge than anybody on everything music related.
And he likes stuff that's a little bit too hip for the room. He's like our other sweet boy, Daryl.
Oh, yeah, Daryl.
We used to tease him all the time. We're like, oh, what freaking 3-piece with a harmonica are you listening to now?
You know what? I can't really say anything because after watching the Delta Bombers open up for Reverend Horton Heat, because that was what else I did this week.
Oh, yes.
Went to Daryl's house and watched the Reverend Horton Heat.
I'm so pissed I missed that.
It was so good. I mean, it was a short show, so it was nice, and he did he did most of the songs you want to hear. Like, you want my review?
Yes. It's not music, but it's not in the music news portion, but it's in the what's new portion.
It is, because this was my week. So, we won't get into that just yet. Let's see. Well, let's start with the band that opened up, the Delta Bombers. They are
Bombers.
like a self-proclaimed Mexican rockabilly band. That's how they kind of started out.
Okay.
I would honestly kind of categorize them more as like a hard rockabilly band. They're a little bit harder rock than your typical like twangy rockabilly, but they were freaking amazing. I attribute that to the fact that the keyboard player looks like a low-rent Rob Halford. Did I send you that picture?
No. Wait,
yeah, and then you sent me the Blue Oyster Bar
Oh,
music.
yes. We got to get that on the stream deck.
But overall, really good band, especially since I've been on that Dead South kick.
Yes.
So it kind of like fit right in with that. I just got, why does every fucking stand-up bass player, and this goes out to you, Brian Rizzuto.
Yeah.
Why does every stand-up bass player for these rockabilly bands look like a fucking hunchback?
Well, it's heavy carrying that shit.
But the Reverend cover, I mean, they played all the ones you want to hear, like Martini Time. They opened up with Marijuana. I love that song.
See, I'm so mad. I sent you that link, and you were going to get tickets, and I was like, oh, man, I'm going to be at the beach. I got home, and you were texting me pictures from the show, and I'm like, I'm fucking sitting home. I could just get in a car and drive over there at this point.
We got there early. It was me, Kate, John, and Laura, and we sat at the bar. Mm-hmm. And that's on the other side. But, like, I was, like, right next to that door that, like, I looked right at the stage.
Yeah.
And we got food, and we just sat there and ate our food and hung out and just shot the shit, and then the bands played.
Yeah, did they do the old picnic tables, or they just...
No.
Okay.
They did the tables in the middle of the floor.
Yeah, they do that
They
stuff.
weren't picnic tables. They were, like, regular.
Oh, for some reason, I thought they were picnic tables.
Let's see. They did that. They played Psychobilly Freakout, Bales of Cocaine. They didn't play my favorite Liquor, Beer, or Wine, or Cowboy Love.
Oh, Cowboy Love, yeah.
But what's the best is they came back and closed the show with an encore of Ace of Spades.
Yeah, that it sounded like it wasn't really like was it a packed show or was
Oh
it?
yeah, the place was full.
Oh, okay. I mean, the guy's a legend. I mean, his catalog runs deep. So, I mean, he could basically just play everything off of It's Martini Time, and I'd be happy. But Generation Y and all that shit. But I was bummed I missed that. And I was like, you were sending me pictures of the opening band, and I'm like, I'm home. I'm like, I should just.
It's not that far from you.
No, well, I used to live way closer when I lived in Fairfield.
But they're down on Croton Falls, and you just Croton Falls and right up 22.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Daryl's house. For those of you who don't know, that's Daryl Hall from Hall & Oates. It's his little establishment out there. The food there's fucking good, too.
I heard the food is really good.
Oh, my God. Only me. Yeah. So one of the first things we ordered was an appetizer, and it's like this flatbread pizza.
Okay.
And it's like the pizza with fresh sliced tomatoes, fresh mutts, and then like hot pepper flakes sprinkled on top.
Okay.
Which fucking is amazing. I didn't realize there was hot pepper flakes. So when I picked up a piece and I went to go eat it, I was like, yeah. And I did the breathe in, and it shot into my fucking sinuses, a pepper flake, and I'm dying. I'm like coughing, my eyes are watering, my nose is running. John is just like, are you all right, dude? What happened? I was like, pepper flake. He's like, oh, it's a little too hot. And I go, no, I fucking inhaled it.
You freaking snorted it like a line of cocaine. You're like, oh, God. It reminds me of that time back in the day.
We're in trouble, people. Greg has a soundboard.
Yeah, I'm on the stream deck now. But I remember when we went to Wingfest.
Yes.
And
oh my God, the one you had to sign a waiver for.
Yeah. So we went, and it was back when I was drinking too. We were both drinking, having a good time, and eating wings. And you there was these wings that were so spicy, and then you rubbed your eye. Rookie mistake, dude. Rookie mistake.
You know how many times I've done that when I'm making chili and I'm slicing jalapenos, and I'm just like, I don't think about it. Like 10 minutes later, I'm just like, oh, fuck! I'm screaming.
I've done that so many times. When you watch Hot Ones, too, it's the same thing. Someone goes, oh, don't rub your eye.
Don't rub your eyes.
The Scoville level on that. It's ridiculous. But, yeah, no, man, that sounds like a good time, man.
The only other thing I did was I had jury duty this week.
Jury duty.
My civic jury duty.
Good times. How was it?
Very interesting.
Did you get? I assume you got exempt.
I did get dismissed because, well, what's funny about it is Manny's girlfriend also had jury duty with me.
No.
Yeah, so it was very funny. I have no idea how the fuck they get anybody to do jury duty, like, and actually sit on a jury, because they're asking questions like, does anybody know someone from law enforcement? Has anybody ever been a victim of a crime? Have you known someone who's been a victim of a crime? They go through all these questions. It's like, and then they give you the list of witnesses, and it's like, do you have any association with these establishments or these people?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, everybody's just like, me, raising hand. And they're like, does anybody have a vacation plan? Because this trial could go 2 to 3, at least 2 weeks, if not 3 more weeks from now.
Wow.
It's a murder trial.
I know. See,
murder was the case at the game.
Yeah, I mean, I would. It's.
I don't know how much I'm allowed to say.
Yeah, I mean, my mom recently was in jury duty, and it's funny because they ask you all these questions, and it was like, you either gotta fess up or freaking lie if you want to be on the jury.
Well,
you know?
yeah, like does anybody know anybody who's been arrested or convicted of a crime? And I'm like, oh, my brother, but that was fucking how many years ago? Like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, it depends on what you want to,
Not Ed.
Like full disclosure, I was arrested for a DUI, but that was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
At this point, it
Well,
was
maybe
way
you're
before.
on the list of people they don't call. What's
Yeah.
nice is being a teacher and it being the summer, I actually get paid for doing jury duty.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I would. We used to do.
I hear a creaky door. Is that my wife?
No, I don't hear.
I heard a creaky door.
The door's open, but I don't know.
Maybe that was Anastasia going back to her room.
Could be.
Sorry.
No, I remember when we were in college at WestCon, the Danbury courthouse was right there, and we would be bored. We would go sit and watch trials. Because there's certain ones for the public. They're not like, if they're big cases, some of them are closed off. But like Pete and I and Brian and those guys, we'd be like, oh man, it's nothing to do. You want to go watch some trials? We're like, okay. We'd walk down there. You could just sit in. And, some of them were as stupid as like, traffic violations and stuff. And then out comes the chain gang.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. I had a friend who actually did the Waterbury one for the chain gang. He used to have to bring all the people up because he worked at the courthouse. And yeah, the one time I did go to court in Waterbury, full disclosure, when way time ago, I walked in and you remember Carl, who used to at POS, he used to carry the belt for us. He was the guy scanning, and I'm like, hey man, how you doing? He goes, what you here for? I'm like, So,
oh yeah, finally got up with you.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kate and I are going away, so for our anniversary.
Ooh, where you going? You going to Legoland?
No, we got a little cottage in New Hampshire in the woods.
Oh, nice.
Just the two of us. Just the two of us. And a dildo we could try. Just the two of us.
You and I.
I'm just going low. I'm not bringing dildos, okay? Calm down, everybody.
Hey, sometimes you got to bring a dildo. You never know.
Butt plug.
Yeah, butt plug.
Anyway, what about your week? I heard you got a new news going on over there.
Yes, yeah. My week was a little busy. I mean, the reason we missed Friday last week was because I went to Ocean City to go to my sister's place at the beach, which was nice. Got to spend time with my two lovely daughters, and got some beach time and all that stuff, and it was good. And then I came home, missed the Reverend Horton Heat show, whatever. I was like, oh man, that sucks. And then Monday, I got a call to be for a job interview. And I'm like, okay. So I went into the job interview, and I met with the people, and we were chatting, and this and that. And he goes, all right, when can you start? I said, dude, I've been sitting on my ass for 2.5 months. How about tomorrow? He goes, done.
Nice.
So now
Send you down to HR for some don't grab the ass training.
Oh, dude, I had to watch that sexual harassment training.
Oh, we've talked so much about that.
I love those videos. This one wasn't as good. They didn't show a lot of clips. I was kind of upset. But yeah, I have a job now. Yeah, I'm working actually at a radio. I'm not going to disclose where I'm working, but it's a radio station. So it's interesting.
Ooh. I heard it on the radio. Maybe you could take a recording of the podcast and just slip it into the mix.
Well, I did say at the end of the interview, they were like, yeah, we do this. And I was like, just to let you know, full disclosure, I do voices. So if you ever need... So who knows? Maybe you'll be listening on the radio and you're going to hear a spot by yours truly. That would be awesome. I was like, dude, you don't even have to pay me. Just pay me my regular salary. I'll just... If one of those jamokes need me to freaking go in and talk about Sam's Auto Body here down on the... blah, 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 blah. I'll do it. I love that stuff. Who's wrestling out there?
Yeah, it's probably my wife is home now. The dogs are going fucking nuts.
The freaking
bumpuses.
Yeah. So, yeah, now I have a new job. I started this week. It's been crazy. I'm commuting again.
But you are 20 minutes from here.
Oh yeah, and like it really, I was surprised. Like it only takes me like 35, 40 minutes to get there. So I'm like, this is not bad. Going.
Kate was like, "Oh, that's a long drive." I was like, "The guy was fucking going to Nyack."
Yeah. Anything under an hour is.
Hello.
Anything
I keep
under an
hearing the
hour.
door.
Yeah, it's fine. It's creaky. You know, it's like a haunted house.
Sorry.
But no, it's it's really. I'm excited to do it. So yeah, Greg's got a job again, and John's older, and everything is hunky dory, as they say. So yeah, I think it's time to hit the old newsaroo. I think.
Oh my god, I gotta find these.
Oh, new stream.
I have myself a new stream deck over here.
Yeah.
There we go.
John, you got any news?
The reason he has a stream deck, now I have mine, which is we've limited it to it because I'd be hitting freaking sound bites all day.
Well, you know what? This news story changed since I first looked it up.
Okay.
And wrote it down. Nothing has changed with the SAG-AFTRA and WGA on strike. Everything is shut down, basically. But the IATSE, which is the stagehands union,
Yep.
they were voting to authorize a strike, but like at the last minute, they reached a tentative deal, so most of the productions can stay open.
Yeah, I mean, I've been following the WGA, the SAG strike and stuff. It's crazy. I don't know how they're going to figure this out, and
It's all about streaming.
Yeah.
Because we were saying before that, yes, we did prep a little. We talked a little bit about this beforehand. But we were saying back in the old day when a show was on TV, you know, they sold commercials. The show made money. The station made money by showing that and selling commercials during that show, which some of that money passed on as residuals to the actors and people involved in the show. But there's no way to do that with streaming.
It's the Wild West still. And I was joking to my buddy over here. I was just like, well, if you guys figure it out, let us musicians know because we've been getting fucked for years. You know, like everything is just streaming. There's no physical product. It used to be, you know, I sold this for $5 and you got 2. Now it's like streaming and you know, like they and none of these streaming sites, especially for TV, like they don't release that data.
No,
you don't know.
and they don't
like
have
people
to.
go like, you know, this show was canceled. Why? It wasn't bad ratings. Nobody knows. You know, it's there's certain things like, you know, we talk about like radio and we were chatting about, you know, the stuff that I'm doing now. It's like the Nielsen stuff is still there and it's still active. You can get stats on that, but, you know, it's not available to the regular public. And nor should they have it. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, it's a tough nut to crack because they're following a contract that was done in, you know, some of this stuff was back in the 60s.
Yeah.
So now it's 2023. It's a whole new game. And you're going to still go buy those old things. They do it with record contracts, too. We were talking about that documentary where they were talking about the guy from 30 Seconds to Mars. Like, they still take deductions for broken CDs. It's like, who's doing that?
Well, yeah. And not to jump too far ahead, but 2 of the movies I watched were the Taylor Swift documentary on Netflix and the Wham documentary. And one of the biggest takeaways from all that was that all these musicians go into this going, I'm going to be fucking famous, and they'll sign any deal and give away the farm because, like, here's $1 million and I'm going to make you famous.
Yep.
And they said, but when the shininess of the fame wears off, what are you left with? Nothing. Yeah. Because you go on tour, the record company may seem like, oh, we're going to pay for everything. But out of the money they get from that tour, they get paid back first, and then they... Sorry. I said if, like, the tour makes $1 million... they take their percentage first and then take the $550,000 it took to run that tour after they've taken their cut. So they're taking a huge shit chunk, leaving the artist with nothing.
And even now, because, you know, physical media is dead, you know, they're starting to get their fingers in merchandise and touring. Yep. Like, it used to be bands used to make their money, you know, because even record sales back then, you'd make pennies to the dollar. So you're like, okay, so I'm going to go on tour and I'm going to make all my money in touring and merch. Now they want a piece of that touring and merch.
Yep.
So now the actors and the writers and stuff, I mean, it's disgusting because, you know, everybody's talking about, like, there's these specific corporations and CEOs that are making billions and billions of dollars off the backs of these writers and creatives that are getting paid shit. And it's the same thing. It's like in the music, I've signed as little of a career that I had in music, it's like we signed ridiculous contracts that we never made. When we signed we signed a few deals that it was just like, okay, you sold X amount of records, but this is how much we spent on you, so you make nothing. So I hope they figure it out, because now everything is just delays, and people aren't making money except for the corporations, I guess.
Yeah. Well, we still do have movies coming out. All the news and the trending about Barbenheimer.
Both are getting great reviews.
Well, I guess that started with what's her name, Margot Robbie from Barbie, showing that she bought a ticket to Oppenheimer because they're opening both on the same weekend.
Yeah, they're both movies are supporting each other.
What's his name? Cillian Murphy?
Yeah.
Cillian Murphy.
Showing
his ticket to the Barbie movie, that like, well, I'm going to see that movie, and everybody's like, oh, people are showing themselves buying tickets to both to go see them, one and the other. Manny was saying that, like, at the theater, he goes, they have a 3 o'clock Barbie and then a 5 o'clock Oppenheimer. Mm-hmm. I was like, if they were smart, they would sell it as like a double feature ticket for cheaper than what the two movies separately would cost.
Yeah.
But still more than a single ticket.
Yeah. That all comes into, the
marketing.
Yeah, marketing. I mean, I'll be honest, like, the Barbie movie has been doing some crazy marketing, like, everywhere. And, they have they built in Malibu, they have that house that you can rent to have parties and stuff. They built, like, a Malibu Barbie dream house.
Kate and I are watching this show I think it's on Netflix. Mm-hmm. It's an HGTV show where they get like all their famous people from the HGTV shows, and they decorate, they bought a house and they redo a room in the house Barbie style, in a Barbie, like the Barbie dream house style of a certain decade.
Yeah.
So like they just did, the main entrance was doing it 90s style, and then the kitchen was 60s style. Mm-hmm. So of course they brought in, Marsha Brady, and she's one of the judges, and it's like,
did somebody throw a football at her nose?
Yes, it was me. I cannot tell a lie.
Oh, Marsha.
Marsha.
Yeah, but there is, like, they actually built a Malibu Barbie dream house that you can rent for parties. It's like $10,000. It's already booked through like the end of August. And even my mom, when we were going to the beach house, she's candy crushing like a motherfucker. She goes, "Why are all these candies have bees on them? They freaking advertised on Candy Crush." Marketing, it's interesting stuff. But yeah, I mean, that's why, these movies pay millions and millions of dollars. And what's tough is that a lot of these movies that are coming out, luckily the whole Barbenheimer thing,
it's a mob.
The Barbenheimer thing just got under the radar, but now it's like movies, like, we'll talk about some of the trailers that are coming out. Like, a lot of these movies are going to get shit because you forget how much marketing and advertising and even promotion from the actors themselves and other places do make the difference.
Oh yeah.
If nobody's talking about a movie, nobody's going to go.
No, so. and then things like, this is the last story I had. AMC had this thing, I don't know if you saw this, that they were charging a premium for preferred seats.
Yeah.
Those seats right in the middle. Mm-hmm. Now, they have realized that was stupid.
Oh, yeah.
So they were set to roll it out to all their theaters, and now they're backtracking. They're just cutting it, and we're not going to do that.
Yeah, I saw that in a couple of theaters where, you go on, like I went to go see something, it was at Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
And they have, like, those perfect seats that were extra. Now, they were like $1 or $2 extra, so at this point, you're paying fucking $20 to go see a movie. You're like, all right,
That's the research that they saw, because they look at like the AMC Stubs members and go, what seats did you reserve before, and what seats are you reserving now? And the people who, there was no change in anybody's habits. So like, well, what's the fucking point if these people if it's not changing anybody's habits?
Yeah.
It's not getting more people at the theater. It's not getting people are like, well, I don't want to sit on the outside. So preferred seating, they thought, well, the average person's going to go, I'll go for the cheaper seats. And the people were like, well, I never get the good seats. They're like, oh, now I can get the good seats because I'll pay an extra $2.
Yeah.
Had no effect on sales. Or
every time I go and I see those preferred seatings, I pick like the seat right next to it. It's just like, it's like when you go see a Broadway play where it's just
dude,
like,
this guy paid this ticket.
This guy over here paid $300 for his seat. I paid $150, and I'm like right next to it. It's just,
sure, I got to go like this all show.
Yeah.
to look around a pole. We were looking at ghost tickets, and Kate's like, well, these ones are like 67. I go, yeah, and it says obstructed view. You're probably sitting right behind a giant pylon going like...
Yeah, we used to get those for Shea Stadium.
Yeah.
You can get the cheap ones because there was a fucking pole, but what are you going to do? Yeah, man. Well, good on them. They tried to rape us, and they failed. You blew it!
Fuck you, fuck you, AMC.
John, you got any news?
That must taste wonderful.
I'm smoking this thing.
Yeah, see?
Mila's friend crocheted me a little joint for my birthday.
And stupid me, I was like, oh, is it a microphone? You're like,
hi, how's it going? No, it is not a microphone.
Butt plug?
But I thought it was like a little Rasta guy.
It does, yeah. He's like, it's fortified with...
He kind of is.
It's fortified with vitamins T, H, and C, man.
Jesus, you're such a dork.
Nelson.
My mic keeps raising up because fucking...
You're
it's tight. It's as tight as it's going to get.
It's still flaccid? I don't know.
No, it's coming up. It's like
we need like a slide whistle.
Anyway.
Yeah, let's get back on track here.
Back on track.
So yeah, we can go into movies and stuff. You said that you saw a new movie. I did
saw
some more.
Asteroid City. Was
Yeah.
one movie. It was good. I think we kind of covered that. It was a good fun movie. Just don't go into it with like, what's the message here?
Yeah,
Justin, you can look for the message. I'm sorry.
And please share it with us because we have no idea. Yeah, I mean, as far as movies for me, like last episode I was talking about Late to the Party. I've been catching up on movies that I have never seen or movies that were recent. I didn't get a chance to see them in the theater, and now they're streaming. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So the two that I did, and I did post it on our Hey Pal, What's New TikTok, which, by the way, if you're not subscribed to the Hey Pal, What's New TikTok, you can get this information way before we get on the air. So I would
So you can be prepared. It's like homework.
Yeah, go over there. You'll find out, like, hey, so when you listen, you can go, oh, I know that he saw that. I'm going to find out what he thought about it.
What did you see?
I saw two movies. The first one I saw was Renfield. I finally saw that movie.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? I enjoyed it. The gore in that movie was over the freaking top. I was like, this is ridiculous. And it was all CGI gore.
Yep.
So it was not practical, but still, I had a fun time watching it. Nicolas Cage chewing up the scenery. He's just freaking, I love Nicolas Cage. That was like the perfect role for him, like an old school Bela Lugosi Dracula.
Oh, yeah.
Just with the stupid teeth and and I like the whole thing about Renfield where it's just like he gets his magical powers from eating bugs,
That's great.
And he was a badass, Usually Renfield is like that little hoveling guy in the corner. So
master.
Yes, master. So I enjoyed it. It was good. I'd give it a good solid 3 out of 5 pals.
Yeah.
The other one I saw, which I heard about, and it got kind of spoiled for me, but I watched it anyway, was Knock at the Cabin. That M. Night Shyamalama Ding Dong movie.
Shyamalama Ding Dong.
Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to see it because...
The 4 Horsemen.
Yeah, it's the 4 Horsemen. And I wanted to see Ron Weasley get fucking hit in the head.
All right.
But the thing that bothered me about it was, like, look, Dave Bautista was great in that movie. He surprises me a lot with his choices of role. And the guy can act, He went from, Drax the Destroyer.
But I feel like he's following that formula that every fucking wrestler,
I mean, he doesn't do... he was in the new Knives Out movie. He was in
that movie where he played like a CIA agent who hooks up with this little kid and has to watch the little kid or some bullshit.
Well, there was that movie Stuber, I think it was. If you ever saw that, it was like Kumail Nanjiani or whatever his name is. He's the Uber driver, and then he's got to be... I mean, I liked his character in Knock at the Cabin. Ron Weasley just being a racist bastard. I love that.
I didn't see it.
Oh, you didn't see it? Well, I won't spoil.
Nah, spoil the fuck out of it.
All right, let's give it a little.
Yeah, for a movie that's like 6 months old.
Yeah, you never know. Yeah. So anyway, to spoil this movie, basically the 4 horsemen come in. These 4 people. They knock at the cabin, and they say, there's a gay couple and their adopted daughter, and basically they're saying, we were chosen. We never knew each other, but we all kind of got together over, acts of God. And they told us that we have to come here and you have to sacrifice one of you. Otherwise, the apocalypse, right? So, of course, the couple is just like, you just hate gays and, you knew about this and stuff like that. And they were like, all right, for every hour that you don't do this, one of us, we're going to have to sacrifice one of the four horsemen. So, like, the first one was Ron Weasley. And he's like freaking out. He's like, oh, you got to choose. And they're like, fuck you. Let the apocalypse happen. Let everybody die.
God.
It was an interesting choice because what would you do if it was like you, your wife, or significant other, and your kid, right? Say, you have 500 kids, right? But you say you have one, right? Or just say it's your whole family, right? Like, if it was like me and Manal and my two daughters, right? And these guys come in and say, one of you I have to kill either Manal or one of my daughters.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be everybody. It just has to be one of you. And if you do it, everything goes away. Apocalypse doesn't happen.
Ta-da.
Blah, blah, blah. If you don't, then, we're going to, the four horsemen guys, one of them, we're going to kill each one of us and then every hour the next plague happens, right? So they're like...
So killing each of the four horsemen is what releases each of the plagues.
Each of the plagues, right? So they're like, fuck you, I don't care. Yeah, let the apocalypse... You guys are whack jobs, I don't care. So first one goes is Weasley. And it's a lot of...
Raining blood because he's a ginger?
No, I mean, he doesn't have gingers don't have souls. But
yes, they do. That's why they have freckles, one for every soul they've stolen.
Oh, that's right. Damn gingers. Anyway, so Weasley... The thing that I didn't like about it is just the fact that it was like the cutaway shit.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, now I don't need gratuitous gore all the time, even though I am a gore hound.
Sure.
But, like, don't cut away when you kill the guy, like, and then they just drag his body off, and you're like, okay. But each time somebody...
But see, in a horror movie, that's kind of what you're watching for sometimes, is that gore, so you want it.
Yeah.
It's like, I always said, like, in a TV show when they do a sex scene, it's like, I don't need to watch these people fuck.
Yeah.
Like, show me them kiss, show me them fall on the bed, then cut to them laying in bed naked with the sheets up around their necks, and, like, I know what happened in between. I don't need to see it. It doesn't add to the show.
Yeah.
It's there for fucking car crashing to get teenage boys jacking off. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, anyway, they put a bag over Weasley's head, and then he freaking hits him over the head with... Oh, he stabs him with a pitchfork or something like that. But you don't see it. You're like, okay. So, as soon as he dies, they said, put on the TV. They put on a TV. There's a massive tsunami happening. People are dying, and they're like, you put that on there. This is fake. You guys are full of shit, blah, 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 blah.
Fake news.
Yeah, and then they keep going there, and they're still holding strong. The couple's just like, fuck you. They're trying to... There's no way the other one's going to kill the other one or whatever.
Sure.
So second girl goes, the second girl of the four horsemen, she puts a bag over her head. They fucking kill her. Then they go turn on the TV again, and then there's like a virus, like a C-19 virus that just everybody starts dying, and they're like, shit,
this might be real.
This might be real, right? But they still can't decide. Like, and then finally,
fuckers.
then the third one, and then all of a sudden planes, like you just see airplanes just falling out of the sky.
Jesus.
And it's just, to make a long story longer and to spoil, I mean, he kills his partner. Because they're just like, at first they're like, we'll just go on the road, we'll live Walking Dead style, who gives a shit, let the whole world die, we love each other, we're not going to do it. And then there's one guy, one of the couple, he had like when they broke in, he kind of like got a concussion, and he started seeing lights, and they're like, it's because you had a concussion, it's not, he goes, no, I saw the light, I know what they're talking about, this is real, you have to do it, you have to kill me. And, spoiler alert, he fucking kills his gay lover, and him and the kid go off, and then everything just goes back to normal. Like, all of a sudden, the virus has stopped, and the waters went down, and it was pretty interesting. Like, I don't know if I could do that, It's kind of that, like, would you rather kind of shit. So, I enjoyed it. I didn't think it was a masterpiece or anything. I like Dave Bautista.
Me too.
It's one of the better M. Night Shyamalan ding-dongs, because he always puts out a movie that you're like, shit, this is going to be awesome. And then you get old, and you're like, shit, that sucked.
Yes.
You know, like, you tricked me again, yes, Shyamalan ding-dong. But, yeah, those are the only two that I saw.
I did watch two stupid movies on Netflix.
Oh, okay.
One was The Outlaws.
The Outlaws.
With Antonio Banderas and it's the kid's getting married to this woman, and he's a bank manager, and turns out her parents are like bank robbers and rob the bank that he works at, but it's a comedy.
Oh, okay.
So it was a fun movie. The other one I watched was what the fuck was it called? Ghosted. On Netflix with Captain America.
I heard
Chris
about
Evans.
that. Yeah.
It was your cheesy, like, oh, he falls for this girl, she's a CIA agent. He kind of,
as you do.
You know, she has his inhaler in her bag, and he loses everything, so he tracks the little freaking Apple AirTag that's in there to find her in England, and gets, you know, mixed up in this fucking arms deal shit. But the best is they think he's this CIA assassin. Mm-hmm. So somebody puts out a contract to get him alive. So all these fucking bounty hunters are coming after him. The first one is Falcon.
Oh, jeez.
Right? He's walking him and is like, I'm the best bounty hunter there is. And this guy jumps down and knocks him out and shoots him and goes, second best.
No.
He's literally in there for like a minute, right? This guy's walking to get in the car. Spoiler. Right? And like, who are you? He goes, I'm the Phoenix. And all of a sudden you see two hands come from the back seat and twist his head and break his neck. He goes, was the Phoenix, and it's Bucky. And then they're walking down the street. Bucky's got a gun. He's like, aren't you nervous walking like that? He goes, I am very aware of my environment at all times. Bam, gets hit by a truck. And it's fucking Falcon. Shot comes out and goes, gotcha, motherfucker.
Oh, jeez.
Falls down, dies, and then they get away. I just thought it was funny that they had them together in the movie.
Yeah, it's like Bucky and the Winter Soldier, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and Captain America. They just can't get away from each other.
No, well, from, you know, Kate and I were talking about that. They have to be like great friends. Everything you see, you can tell they all really get along.
Oh, yeah.
So to do their movies with, these movies with each other, it's just all these Netflix things with those people from all those Marvel movies seem to be like popping up all over the fucking place. They're in so many. I mean, Chris Evans is like 3 different shows on Apple TV.
Yeah. Yeah, he did that Defending Jacob. That was really good.
Yep.
And yeah, they're all good. Yeah, not like Secret Invasion, which we'll get to that later.
Well, yeah, let's get to TV because that's all the movies I watch. I would give, look, if you're into those stupid little, girl gets mixed up with a guy in the CIA. It's just they're reversing it. A girl in the CIA and the guy. It's a fun little rom-com.
She's in love with him. He's a hermaphrodite.
Shit ton of fucking plot holes, but it's a stupid little rom-com that's like,
yeah,
almost Hallmark Channel level shit.
You love that shit.
TV-wise, other than,
do we want to do...
Look, I watched 2 new things.
Oh, I watched one new thing. We can talk about that.
Did you watch Survival of the Thickest?
No.
It's a show on Netflix.
Survival.
It is not a reality show. It's this plus-sized woman who's a fashion consultant.
A BBW, as they say.
It's a funny fucking show. I'll just tell you that. It's very funny.
Okay.
And I watched the first episode of season 2 of Minx.
You watched it. It's out. That's right.
File that under a...
Can I help you, sir? Yes, what is this? Huh? This is whack. I can't get jiggy with this shit.
I thought you were dead.
I thought that show was dead. I thought it wasn't coming back.
Well, it was on Max,
right,
and they canceled it. So Starz was like, fuck you. I mean, we'll take it. And thank God, because I love that first season. And I forgot that the second season started.
And right off the bat, fucking cock. It's cock right in your face.
So many penises in that show.
I love it, because how long did we put up with, like, not I don't say put up with, but how long was it all these TV shows were dominated by, like,
TNA,
tits and vagina?
Yep. That's why I
and the guy's got his fucking bush shaved to a point to his belly button. It's fucking hilarious.
I love all the characters in it. The first season was great. I was so bummed that they canceled it, and then I heard it went into Starz. I was like, oh, thank God. Yeah, I'm really excited to see that. I'm trying to get Manal to see it, too, because she never saw the first season.
Oh.
And I was just like...
She needs to watch it.
I was like, there's so many penises in it. You would enjoy it. There's just dick.
I don't think Kate's seen it. I don't think Kate has seen it either. I should make her watch it.
How funny is that we're both watching it, and we're like, yeah, all the penises in it. Meanwhile, our girlfriends and wives are like, I don't know.
And my wife and her best friend leave each other fucking penises. Laura brought her this necklace that's literally a cock, and then, like, the two little things are fucking balls that hang off it that jingle around. I got to put it on a rope and wear it around my neck. It's like a brass dick.
The penis candle is quite a hit at my house. We keep Zoe keeps pulling. We actually made it. We had Reese's cups, and we were taking the foil, and I made a Prince Albert on it and a cock ring. And I don't know if I ever showed you that picture, but anyway, I'll show it to you later.
Show it to me.
But yeah, so man, I gotta definitely watch Minx now. So I gotta watch.
What
Minx.
new show did you watch?
I watched and I binged it the whole. So if it's a show,
I started watching it. It's the one you're talking about.
Yeah, it's the Horror of Dolores Roach.
Right. We had talked about the trailer, or we talked about the show. I don't even know if we talked about it on air the previous last time we were on. I think we just talked about it.
I think after we got off mic 2 weeks ago, you said, "Oh, check out this trailer," and I was just like, I'm gonna watch that because I want something. I need something to watch.
Modern day Sweeney Todd. I like that they admit that right off the bat.
Oh yeah, and it's based on apparently it's based on true story.
True story.
But so it's like, but it is very Sweeney Todd. It's basically the premise is she gets out of prison because she was a drug dealer. Well, actually, her boyfriend was a drug dealer.
And
set her up, sold her out.
Spoiler.
Yeah. So she comes back. She's got nothing. And she runs into this guy who is an old friend in the neighborhood, and because she was in there for I think it was 20 years or something like that, a long stretch, and she has nowhere to go. So this guy is like, it's okay, you can stay in my basement. He owns an empanada store, and he makes empanadas, and the business is kind of blah, whatever, blah 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 blah. So she lives down there, and then she learned from her cellmate that she was really good at massages. So the guy was like,
God damn, you're a fucking
yeah,
ninja.
I'm like Mr. Miyagi and shit.
It dropped. Hopefully it stays dead.
Oh, it's right here. It's dead. So he goes, you could do massages down in the basement. We'll put up a sign, magic hands and stuff like that. And what's
right
great
for a Yankee cranky shop, but whatever.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. People come in and they're like, no, it's a legit massage, and she starts getting a lot of business, and she's popular. And then the landlord finds out because the landlord owns a shitload of rent. He owes a shitload of rent, and the landlord is Mark Maron.
Yeah,
you're like, oh shit. So to make a long story longer, he goes down there. She kills him by mistake because he starts hitting her, and the guy goes, I know what to do with the body. It's no problem. He starts putting him in the empanadas.
Yeah,
and it takes off. It's just like.
A special empanada.
Yeah, and it was kind of like very Sweeney Todd, very Little Shop of Horrors.
Yes.
It's like all of a sudden the business is booming, and everybody's like, can't stop talking about these empanadas that are made from, and then she doesn't kill to, but the guy is like, the guy starts falling in love with her. And
I think he was always in love with her from when they were younger.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I haven't seen the end of it, but like the boyfriend who set her up, I have a feeling he knew and killed him.
Yeah, maybe. You don't know because he seems very... And it is like if you start watching the next couple of episodes, I won't spoil it.
I watched the first 3 or so.
I won't spoil it.
The last one I watched was where she killed the drug dealer girl from the neighborhood.
Okay, yeah. And then they get into it she finds how he's doing it, and it's just so human. It's like Ed Gein, human skin, flesh hanging, and he's just like, oh, you got to take this part. It's super gory, and she's just like, what? But then she gets into it, and then they're kind of together with it, and it's. I highly recommend watching it. It's fast. You can get through it.
It's like 8 half-hour episodes, isn't it, or something like that?
It's pretty quick. Manal and I got through it in a day. We just sat down one weekend and we watched it, and there definitely is a cliffhanger at the end, so they're going to make another season 2. So I'm all for it. It was great. It was really good. That's really the only new one I saw. I mean, I've been still keeping up with Secret Invasion and Dead City. I don't know if you want to. Dead City, I'm not going to talk about just because I haven't watched the ending, and it really just it's okay. It's better than Fear. We did watch the trailer for Daryl Dixon before we got on air. We haven't talked about any of the trailers, but Secret Invasion is okay. It's like we were saying, most of the Marvel stuff that's been coming out lately, and obviously DC too, is in turmoil. It's nothing I've been saying
it's not disappointing, but it's not wowing me.
Yeah, well, we always say in past episodes too, after Endgame, they're kind of like on the third string. Like they're giving us characters, but for me to get invested, like Guardians of the Galaxy, right? That first one, people were like, they say it all the time. Who the fuck was this Guardians of the Galaxy? Nobody read that book, but they made a movie that was so good and so intriguing. You got invested in the characters. Now you could do that. Even the first Iron Man.
Yeah.
They said, we're coming out with Iron Man. We go, who? What?
I knew.
I mean,
but I was like, why Iron Man?
Yeah, why are you going to start with that? Because they didn't have the rights to any of the good ones. But they took a character. And Marvel was great at taking a character you never gave a shit about.
Jon Favreau was great at doing that.
Yeah, but we'll get into Star Wars. That's a whole other thing. But they took these characters that nobody really gave a shit about and made good movies. Now they're like on the third string of like, here comes Moon Knight, and you're like, okay, but they're not putting that, that passion and effort. Like it's kind of like I've heard
you're frozen.
That's okay. Oh, look at me. I'm like, and
then you're gone.
Oh man.
Oh balls.
That's all right. Yeah, it's all right.
I'll fix it.
Oh,
Continue.
There's my smoocher over there. She's on the chat. But yeah, they haven't. There's nobody that are doing these properties that have the passion for it. They're just like, all right, we'll just put this out, and the ones that the Jon Favreaus and the James Gunns and stuff like that, like they really love this shit. So you could tell there's passion in it. It's just like,
oh yeah,
these guys now they're just like, I don't know, Miss Marvel, okay. Like I love Miss Marvel, that was one of the better ones, but like She-Hulk and stuff, it was just like they tried, and it's not bad. Like we were saying before, it's not like I watch it and go, what a piece of shit. I'm just kind of like, okay, that's cool. Like Secret Invasion, I'm digging it. I do like it. It's not wowing me,
No.
But I mean, not everything in the world has to freaking, give you a wiener, boner or whatever. It can all just be just watching shit. So, yeah.
Everything needs to give me a boner, Greg. You know that.
I know. That's why we have Cialis. But yeah, that was really the only TV stuff that I saw was just Secret Invasion, Dolores Rochi. Did you talk about your TV? Oh, you have. You saw some stuff on the old Netflix that you were interested in.
What did I see on Netflix?
Didn't you see the Wham documentary?
Well, the Wham documentary, but I mean, it's interesting to me the way they filmed that because
you cannot change the.
What the hell?
Sorry, I'm trying to refresh.
It's the nanny.
I'm trying to refresh the camera that's got you and me.
Oh, what happened? I don't know.
I don't know either. It won't show Gregory.
There's
Gregory. And I need Gregory on camera.
Because I'm so handsome.
All right, we'll leave it at that. I'll look like a fucking psycho in my fucking...
in your basement. Hey, man.
Here we go.
We know this is going to get cut out and post, but hey, you going to fix that camera? Yeah, gee, I'm going to freaking fix that. This is pure content, everybody.
What? Oh, because you look all washed out and shit?
No, it's because I'm talking with the gnome.
Here, let me make you a little less washed out.
I'm just a sweaty, washed out.
There we go.
Thank you for fixing my thing.
It's really weird knowing that George Michael. Spoiler alert here, people. Okay, now stop it. You can stop. Do it again.
I know.
George Michael's dead.
What?
So the way they intermix like old interview audio and other stuff, because there's tons of interviews with George Michael and Andy Ridgefield. I didn't
George
know,
Michael and the other guy.
Well, I didn't know they met like in elementary school and were friends since elementary school, and that George Michael, who is like Georgios Papadopoulos,
very Greek, yes,
moved there and didn't really speak much of. Well, he spoke English, but like not a lot, and they got partnered up as buddies for him to show George around the school, and they became like best friends.
Dude, poor Andrew. Like
I know.
Now, the only thing I wanted to know about, and since we did hit the spoiler, it's fine, about the whole Wham situation. Those two, they never fucked?
No.
They were just pals.
They were just pals.
Isn't that interesting? Everybody just assumed, like, that, they were...
Oh, and Andrew fucked a lot of women.
Dude,
They
Andrew
talk
must
about
have been...
all the girls he fucked.
Oh, and, that must have been a perfect situation because here's George, where everybody wanted a piece of him.
He was the old bait and switch.
Yeah, they were just like, oh, I'm gay, but you can fuck Andrew. And Andrew was getting all the scraps.
Remember, when he was in Wham, he didn't really let anybody know he was gay yet.
No, but it was, obviously when push came to dick, it was probably like...
It's like looking back at Judas Priest, like, how did we not know he was gay?
That was, I mean... It could have went either way with Wham. It always seemed like they were
very political and message driven early on. I didn't think about that either. You think about all the songs and the evolution of their music from one genre to the next. I mean, they were like freaking do dance club music, and then kind of got a little more serious. And that's when George was like, I need to go out on my own and do like stuff that I really do.
Yeah, and that's a shame that was there any bad blood or something like that with Andrew? He
Absolutely
was just
not. Their last tour, they knew they were ending, and George went to him and goes, and Andrew even says, I knew that George had to go out on his own to continue this journey of creativity, and it's the only way he could do it is if he was out on his own.
Yeah, and it's a shame, it was just like...
It's like having that wife who's like, look, I know fucking me is not enough for him, so I gotta let him go fuck other women.
Yeah,
But at the end of the day, he always comes home to me.
yeah. There's certain relationships like that. They're never good. But...
I could barely handle the woman I got, let alone another one.
Seriously, I'm a one-woman guy, I guess. No, I had that. I'm just teasing because I know that my girl's listening.
She's like, honey, but I thought we were going to have a three-way next week.
No, we don't share.
That's
no
right.
sharing is caring. So, yeah, I was just curious about that with Wham, and I always felt bad for Andrew where it was like...
Nope, he was more than happy. I'm sure he got a lot of... George was like, look, I'll cut you in on everything I do from here on out because...
Yeah,
maybe he got some sort of deal.
That might be like a buyout or something. I could say he could have went solo and just give Andrew like a fucking tambourine or something.
Well, they even showed how early on all the songs were written by, and it was like Andrew and George and Andrew and George and Andrew and George, and then all of a sudden it was like George Michael, because George was writing everything.
Yeah, and let's call a whatever or whatever. I mean, George Michael was an amazing talent.
Yeah,
I loved a lot of his solo stuff, and
they played some the early demo stuff like "Careless Whisper" and stuff like that. I didn't think about the fact that he wrote some of the more popular George Michael songs while still with Wham. And wrote them or recorded them. Was like, I need to release this as George, and we can release this stuff as Wham.
Yeah, or as good old Ryan Reynolds says in Deadpool, it's not Wham, it's Wham! Wham! You got that exclamation point on there. It's not just Wham, it's Wham!
I gotta find those pictures I sent you that time where I took the Hall & Oates album cover and wrote Wham on the bottom, and took the Wham album cover and wrote Hall & Oates on it, because it's if you don't know, it's
Well, it was like that old joke online where it's like, I'm going to tell my kids this is Rob Halford, and it's like freaking, I don't know, Boy George or something like that. Yeah,
well,
that old gag.
T-shirt sells those shirts. It's like a picture of Bob Marley, and it says no, it's a picture of Jimi Hendrix with the Rasta colors. It's like Bob Marley.
Or I love those ones. I wanted to get a few that were like this. Like I'm wearing my Cannibal Corpse today. They make these death metal shirts, but they're like Celine Dion. Just in that death metal writing, it's just like Celine Dion and goat heads and shit. Yeah. So yeah, where are we? So that was the Wham documentary. I did want to start Led Zeppelin.
There's the Bob Marley one.
Yeah.
Bob Marley. That's Jimi Hendrix, motherfucker.
Yeah, it's just
the Star Wars one that's says Star Trek.
I'm still pissed I lost that T-shirt. It was it looked like the Minor Threat cover, but it was the Golden Girls.
Oh yeah,
I love that shirt. I don't know what happened to that one, but anyway, yeah. So I think it might be time for that. Light your candle. Yeah, let's get some ambiance in here while we talk music.
I got my candle that my son bought me for my birthday.
Music
and
new.
I got this thing that my wife gave me.
Yeah, look at that. Oh shit.
It's like it's a blowtorch. I'm using to light a candle.
Yeah, it's a crack lighter. Remember those? You used to have those really long lighters, and they used to call them crack lighters.
Oh my god! You go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, new releases music wise, it's been really. I mean, we are talking about 2 weeks of releases and stuff, but there was a lot of really good music that came out in the last week or so. Yeah, I was looking through my Discover. I mean, I was going to talk music news about. We did post on the Facebook page about good old Perry Farrell is out there for Porno for Pyros, and I was like, talk about freaking.
Can I help you, sir? Yes, what is this? Huh? This is whack. I can't get jiggy with this shit.
I thought you were dead.
I really hope Michelle's not listening.
Yeah, right. I mean, I liked Porno for Pyros. They were great. But
their first album was good. That's about all I liked.
I liked the third one with Tahitian Moon and all that stuff. They had some good ones. But anyway, yeah. So they're going on tour. Whatever.
And I think aren't they going on tour with Jane's Addiction?
Now we were talking about that. Like old Perry likes to sing with his bottle of wine. He's going to get through 2 sets.
No
way. That's like double duty. And what do? You got to do porn. I mean, if you had to choose, you have to do Porno for Pyros first because it's a little bit more laid back than the Jane stuff. I don't know. Who cares? Anyway, going through the music stuff, there was a lot of stuff that came out. Just to touch on a bunch of them, which, by the way, these are all being put on the Hey Pal What's New playlist. So if you like it and you want to hear any of this stuff,
yeah, I got to put some of the
Horton Heat stuff, and
well, not so much Horton Heat because the Horton Heat's not new. The Delta Bombers.
Yes,
I've listened to a lot of that. I got a song I'm going to put on there right now while you're.
Yeah, do that, and there's a few that I'm going to add on here too. So, just going down the line, single wise, Smoking Popes. We talked about how they did that cover of "Don't You Want Me." They came out with a new single called "Madison." Madison, which it's freaking old school Smoking Popes. I fucking love
I
it.
did listen to it. To the Smoking Pope stuff. Their new stuff that came out. It came up on my Discover list.
Yeah, it's a single. They're gonna have. I think a new album is coming out in. I want to say August. But
even Fox News is talking about the fact that artists are no longer releasing albums; that they're releasing singles week by week.
Yeah, we're going back to that 50s style of just like releasing singles because it keeps you in the know. Where it's like nowadays I've always said I'm an album guy. I love listening to an album in its completion, and it's kind of a snapshot of how that band was at that time and all this stuff. But, to be completely honest, when an album drops from an artist, it's real it's kind of like a movie. It's real popular for the weekend, and then it just kind of, unless it's like a total banger, that's about it. So
Banger, I don't even know her.
Yeah, exactly. So I saw Smoking Popes in Madison. That was a really good one. Another one, I don't know if you've ever talked about a band called Code Orange. Have you ever listened to them?
I might have.
They are freaking heavy as balls. But they do kind of different styles. Like they have they're real, I can't even describe it. It's really heavy, really mechanical kind of. The riffs are for days, and they have
riffs for days. You got riffs for days.
They got riffs for days. They got a female guitar player. She freaking shreds, and she actually sings some of the songs, and she's amazing. Then they have like another guy. They released they're coming out with a new album, and they just released another single from that called "Take Shape." It's a little bit more straightforward. It's not as chaos. Like if you listen to some of the Code, which I love all the Code Orange stuff. It's fucking batshit crazy, right? It's just constant barrage. But they sneak in every once in a while. They'll sneak in a more like, something you could kind of catch on to. This one is very 9 Inch Nails sounding, very industrial, but a little more modern. And it has an appearance from Billy Corgan on it. In like, you're listening to it and it's great. It's very 9 Inch Nails. And all of a sudden it's like, with his fucking voice, but it's very short. And you're like, why did you have him in there? But anyway,
Justin did chime in with that. He said, I'm not a fan of Code Orange. Saw them open for Dillinger's farewell show and thought they were horrible live. Definitely not a live band, in my opinion.
Well, Justin, I've never seen them live, so I don't know, but they're a type of band, I bet, that because they go so crazy on stage, they're not hitting the notes.
Right.
Like if you see them, they're just constantly like doing all the crazy banging and stuff like that, and it's just their stuff is very technical. So I'm sure they're fucking sloppy as shit live. But I like their music. I like their music a lot. Another one that was out. There was another single that came out from Gwar.
Yeah.
Called Fly Now. It was very good, but the thing that confused me about it was, if you look at it and you listen to it, it sounds like Brocky. So I don't know if it's like older stuff that they re-released, the original singer who died.
Oh.
I don't know if it's something where, and even if you look at the album cover, for this Fly Now song, it's got, if you could see it from here, the cover of it looks,
there you go.
It's got like Odorous on it. So I don't know if these are old songs and stuff, but they're really good. And you forget, like, people talk about Slipknot and they're like, oh, which I love Slipknot too, don't get it twisted, but like, they're like, oh, how do they perform with these masks on? And it's so crazy. It's like, dude, Gwar's been doing it for decades, and they have like full monster costumes, and they're still doing thrashy, shreddy stuff. So I definitely recommend it. I did put Fly Now on the playlist. And then there was a couple of full-length albums. One from the Adolescents, who I love. Who doesn't love freaking, oh, God, now I'm just freaking losing it.
That's okay.
I mean, they have a new album called Caesar Salad Days. Straight up punk. They're legends. They've, Amoeba. They're freaking awesome. They have a new album out. And
damn, you got that stuck in my head now. I fucking hate it.
Amoeba. Anyway, no, and then the other one, which surprised me, that I put it on and I'm like, and I
here's me now having to hold my phone up to the microphone.
Yeah,
You're
and they have I Hate Children. They have a lot of great songs. But one of the full album that I put on, and I was like, oh, I'll listen to, because I really do like his rapping, is Nas.
Yes.
He has a new Magic 2. I think he put
Electric
out
Boogaloo?
first Magic. Now this is Magic 2, in 3D, Electric Boogaloo, whatever. I put it on, and I listened to the whole thing on the way here. I was just like, the guy can spit bars like a motherfucker. And it always gets me mad when my daughter listens to a lot of like recent rap and like mumble rap. And I try to convert her. Like, I converted her to De La Soul. I converted her to Lauryn Hill. And she loves Lil Nas X. And I'm like, I'm like, there's only one Nas. And it's freaking this Nas.
Nas.
I haven't put a song on it, but he does a song. Maybe I'll put it on the playlist called Office Hours from this album that features 50 Cent.
Playing footsie with me under the table?
Yeah. Hold on. Oh, Jesus Christ. I felt that one.
I bet you did.
There's one song that he has on there.
You know what it is, Greg?
What?
Oh, my God. You look like the 4th of July. It makes me want a hot dog real bad.
Yeah, you make me want a hot dog real bad, Greg.
Oh, boy. Yeah. But,
gotta keep the rumors alive.
Yeah, but I listened to the whole thing, and I'm like, there's one song that he does with 50 Cent.
Did you put a song from that on the playlist? Because that's how I usually get to these. You'll put like a song.
Yeah.
And then I will follow that song to the album.
I'm going to put that Office Hours one on there literally right now. Just because it's good. I mean, 50 Cent sounds completely different now. It did not sound like 50. I was like, okay. Other than that, there's been a ton of other stuff. I mean, single-wise, MXPX came out with another song called Stay Up All Night. That was good.
I just got an alert about MXPX.
Yeah. There was the Fly Now I talked about, Cigarettes After Sex, which is a great band, but you got to be in the mood for them.
For Cigarettes After Sex? Yeah.
Yeah, they're very slow. And, like we were talking about
shit.
The National and all those
Justin
guys.
says Nas is top five rappers of our lifetime.
Oh, dude, the guy, I mean,
the
world is yours.
He does agree with you, I think, on the Adolescents. He's going to go check that out. Hell yeah, I'm going to check that out.
Yeah, Adolescents, you gotta. I mean, I have to pick a song off of it, but,
Stay Up All Night.
Yeah,
That's the new MXPX.
Yeah, that was on here. I mean, there's a ton of other stuff. Nothing real. Oh, and there was another one that, I mean, not too many people are going to get into it, but there's Cavalera Conspiracy. The singer from Sepultura. He's got like 500 other bands. Soulfly, Cavalera Conspiracy, Shut Up and Die. Like, he's got a bunch of different... Nail Bomb. Everybody knows Nail Bomb. He took like the 2 first Sepultura albums and redid them, and they're really good.
Okay.
Because if you listen to the original Sepultura, like Morbid Visions was one, and Bestial Devastation, and they put it on Cavalera, and they just basically re-recorded both those early albums from Sepultura, which were very thrashy, very Slayer-ish, death metal-ish, but the production on those early records that they put out were like garbage. And some people like that stuff. If you're thrash, you're like, I like it dirty like that. He redid them, and they sound great. So if you're into that stuff, you like a little Sepultura, check those out. And the only other thing I saw, which I haven't listened to yet, is Candlebox has a new song out.
Why?
Can I help you, sir? Yes, what is this? Huh? This is whack. I can't get jiggy with this shit.
I thought you were dead.
All right, I'm gonna full confession, and I think I did this on the last playlist that we have. They put out an album called Wolves, Candlebox, in 2021.
Okay.
It's really good. They're one of those bands where you're just like, everybody thinks of them as like the 90s, like kind of post-grunge shit, but like they put out some good stuff, man. So I highly recommend. Maybe I'll sneak this. I have to give it a listen. I haven't listened to it yet. There's just been so much music out there, and you got to go out and find it. Like our boy Justin. He's the picker, and he's picking out some stuff. And we got to talk to him about Stooley's, what is it?
Tolly's
Take?
take.
Tolly's Take, yeah. It's going to be like,
new bit, Tolly's take. What does Justin think about this movie?
Yeah. It'll be like Andy Rooney, at the end of 60 Minutes.
Yes.
You know what really grinds my gears?
Well, really quick, you know who's come out with a couple of new songs? One that I'm stuck on, and they just came out with another new one that's pretty good. Bare Naked Ladies.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, there was the 2 singers. There was the one guy, and then the other one who I liked that a lot of people were like, hey, you look like the guy from Bare Naked Ladies. Why? Because I'm fat and I have glasses? I get it. Well, and we did have the same glasses. Are they still together, the two of them?
Yeah.
For a while, I think he left.
I think so. But, I mean, it's typical Bare Naked Ladies. Ready?
Yeah.
Is this coming over the air?
No, I don't think so.
Hold on. I don't want it playing on my phone. This computer.
The clock is ticking, better use what you got. It's Armageddon and we're getting it on, because the world could end before the end of this song. There'll be darker days,
there's
there'll
them.
be hell to pay, but until then, just keep breathing.
Yeah, I think so. There used to be the 2 singers.
Yeah.
And I think the other guy who supposedly looked like me left, and it's just the one guy.
Well,
still good, though.
It's good.
I mean, depends on what your preference is.
The other new music, and I'm only bringing this up because so coming back from the casino, I'm on my fucking phone and Ticketmaster and trying to buy tickets because Mila is in love with this band. It's like her favorite band.
Oh.
I don't know if you're familiar with Boy Genius.
Yes.
She fucking loves Boy Genius.
They're great. We actually did a song, a Boy Genius song, I guess whatever their popular one was, at the graduation party. We had to learn it.
Oh.
That's how I found out about it.
You should find out what the song you did because Mila fucking loves them. And the only reason tickets were fucking going through the roof is because one night of the Taylor Swift concert, guess who opened up for them? Boy Genius. So now everybody's like, all the fucking Swifties are like, Boy Genius. So I put this song. This is a song called $20.
Oh, yeah, I see that on here.
I mean, they're very catchy. They're very cool. I really like them. I don't know how you would categorize them genre-wise.
They remind me a lot of, like, Juliana Hatfield,
Yes.
Liz Phair, that
Absolutely.
that kind of style. The one that we did was like, always and never, never a God, always an angel, never a God. It's something like that. It's cool stuff.
But I mean, yeah, they list them right along with, like, you know.
Yeah. I mean, it's
indie female rock.
I mean, they got 3.7 monthly listeners, 3.7 million. I must digress on that. I don't
Mila fucking loves.
They're great. They're really good. I mean, I got turned on to them because we did the song, and it's so funny that I don't even know the name of it because I was just like, "What are the chords?" Okay, I'll do it. No, actually, I didn't because Gary's daughter played bass on that song.
Every time Mila gets in the car and she drives, of course, she hooks her phone up to the stereo, so it's listening to Mila's playlist, and it's...
Yeah, it's not funny that they always steal our freaking music.
Long story longer, to quote Greg.
Yes.
I did get her tickets at a fairly reasonable price, considering they were... I think I paid $300 for 2 tickets, or no, something close, maybe like $170 a ticket with after all the fees on StubHub. And it's general admission, lawn, up front, the general admission section in, I think, either Bridgeport or New Haven.
Okay.
It's New Haven.
I think it's... yeah, because I remember I got the pre-sale code for it.
Right. And when we tried to get on, you couldn't fucking get anything.
Yeah, I sent it because I think... Because Grace Kelly, who we talked about, the keyboard player in my cover band...
what really tanks my wad?
Yeah, that's it. I thought it would be on our thing, but anyway,
that's okay.
We'll figure out the song. But yeah, I got the pre-code for that, and I just sent it to Joe and was like, "I know you're trying to get tickets, so here." I didn't even know that you guys liked Boy Genius. Did you get
I got 2 tickets for her, and it was going to be me and her, and then she's like, "Oh, my friend wants to go. Can I?" And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "She's like, well, how?" She's like, "She'll drive," and I go, "She's not driving. She's only 17. She's not going to drive to New Haven." On a Thursday or a Sunday night or whatever the fuck it is, and then drive all the way back. I was like, your mother and I will drive you, or I'll drive you, whatever. She goes, but what are you going to do? I was like, it's fucking New Haven. I'll go to IKEA.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff to do in New Haven.
Oh, yeah.
You can have some pizza if you want. Call your boy. I'll come take the ride with you.
Oh,
When is it?
I don't know. It's like September.
Yeah. Just let me know. I'll take the ride with you. I'll give you the New Haven tour. There's some great pizza places in New Haven. Which, usually I say Connecticut sucks, but New Haven can throw down a slice. They can throw a slice down, considering it's Connecticut.
Manny gave me that.
Nice.
It's a Snoop Dogg later for those of you out there.
So anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it with the news. We'll give you some we gave you a ton
news,
of stuff.
Music news.
Music stuff.
Oh, I got. Why am I not on the right one? There we go.
From the big front band. Now he just looks like a big fat ham. It's time for Greg's music news.
Oh,
fuck off!
Oh, I need a few of those. We're going to be talking about that. But yeah,
you know what you really need? You need...
Tell me where in the world is
Ezra Miller. I don't know where Ezra is nowadays.
Well, we also have trailers. We got freaking... I still love the Naughty Boy one.
We are an hour and 20 minutes in.
Man, we had to catch up. We had a lot of stuff to, but we did it. And Vossimos, we did it.
Lo hicimos.
Yeah, let's not get into the whole Dora thing again with the map. Tree, water bottle, butt plug. Say it with me. Tree, water bottle, butt plug. I fucking hated that show.
Hey, remember, anything's a butt plug if you're brave enough.
That's true. I mean, this thing included.
This?
Yeah, that's a nice softy one.
Oh,
for the
beginner.
For the amateur. We ain't talking no ace of spades like your boy over here.
Oh boy.
So yeah, we're done. Thank you so much. Like we said, SOSS 2 coming at you August 12th. It's free. It's bring your own booze. It's we're gonna rock it out. Oh, we have the
Saturday, August 12th at 2 p.m. Lake Purdy's, New York, Sack of Sin Entertainment and WXAX present Sack of Sin Showcase number 2. This is an outdoor event as well as having free admission, with bands performing The Critically Ashamed, Cardboard Dream House, 49 Feet High, and more to be announced, with WXAX personnel, food trucks, and more. That's right, Saturday, August 12th, 2 p.m., Lake Purdy's, New York, Sack of Sin Showcase number 2. Free! For more information, go to sackofsin.com/SOSS2. That's sackofsin.com/SOSS2. WXAX, the rock and metal juggernaut.
So we're going to, we got Cardboard Dreamhouse. We got Spike Polite and Sewage. We got The Critically Ashamed. We got Blue Alien Mystic. We got Cosmic Error. We got 49 Feet High. It's going to be a banger. So make sure, we're not pushing tickets because it's free. So just come, hang out with the bands, donate if you can, give them some gas money, and, we're going to have we're going to have a good old time. So, yeah, I think that's it, pal. If you're going to put something in your butt, please make sure you can get it out later.